Hi, today I'd like to focus on a technique for finding your way around the fretboard by learning the positions of a few essential notes. We're going to be in the key of C, and in the key of C there is a sequence of whole steps and half steps, which begins with C, moves on to D, a whole step higher, E, a whole step higher than that, up a half step to F, whole step to G, whole step to A, whole step to B, half step to C. Well, that seems a little complicated since we have a bunch of whole steps and a couple of half steps, and it's not really immediately obvious how to find all those notes everywhere on the fretboard, right? So we're going to make it a little bit easier. The scale we just played is the C major scale. It's based entirely on letters of the alphabet, no sharps, no flats. If we were playing the piano, that would be all the white keys on the piano. So we would start with C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Oops, I missed C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. That's how it goes. And I did not use any of the black keys on the piano because those would be the sharps and flats. So by only playing the white keys on the piano, starting and ending on C, we have a C major scale, and those are the notes of the key of C. On the guitar, those notes are not as easy to find, and we want to make them easier to find. And what we're going to do is we're going to play a C major scale, like I just did, starting on C on the first fret of the B string. That note is C. Go up a whole step to D, up a whole step to E, and up a half step to F. Now, to focus in on that, what we have there is a series of four notes, C, D, E, F. At the end of that four-note sequence is a half step. Right? There's a whole step, and a half step. So what we really want to know is where that half step is. We can just assume everything else is a whole step, but we don't have to assume it. We just know, right? And that could be a melody. Follow the yellow brick road, da 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 da, right? A lot of songs make use of simple scales as the basis for their melodies. So C, D, E, F is as simple as knowing where the half step is. We're going to continue up the scale G, A, B, C. And when we get to that part of the scale, starting on G, you're going to find that G, A, B, C has the same exact pattern again, that whole step, half step. So, da 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 da, follow the yellow brick road. And the first four notes and the next four notes follow the same pattern. So now we have actually a little bit easier job finding those notes because all we have to really know is that the half step is at the end of each four-note sequence. Half step, half step. Those two half-step positions enable you to understand the entire scale because, as I said, everything's a whole step except those two positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, D, E, F, 5, 6, 7, 1, G, A, B, C. So that takes care of playing a scale on one string. But how can we use that knowledge of those positions of those half steps, E, F, B, C, to find all the notes on the fretboard, right? So what we'll do is we'll start with the lowest note on the guitar, the open E. That open E is followed by the first fret on the same string, F, E, F. Now we're not going to play all the other notes. We're just going to play the E's, the F's, the B's, and the C's. Right? Leave everything else out, the other three notes, because E and F and B and C, that's 4 of the 7 notes of the scale. So there's only 3 notes left, and we can take care of those later, right? So E, F, B, C. If we know where E and F is, and we know where B and C is, because it's in the next fret position on the next string. E and F on the 6th string on the low E, B and C on the 2nd and 3rd frets of the 5th string. E, F, B, C. Then we're going to go to the 2nd fret of the 4th string, that's the D string. And when you go to the 2nd fret on that string, you're playing an E, and then you go up a half step to an F, and then you go to the next string. We've got a B and a C on the 4th and 5th frets of the G string. So to review, E, F, B, C, E, F, B, C. Then we go to the 2nd string, the B string on the 5th fret. That's E, 6th fret F, 7th fret 1st string B, 8th fret 1st string C. So let's review that. We've got all 6 strings covered now. E, F, B, C, E, F, B, C, E, F, B, C. And going back the other way, C, B, F, E, C, B, F, E, C, B, F, E. So now we've got all the half-step positions going from the open strings to the 8th fret, almost. We do have this B, C up here, and this E, F up here. So B, C, E, F, you want to know where those are. That's kind of a little bit of a bonus kind of thing. It's just a little extra. E, F, B, C, that's easy enough. Then we've got E, F, B, C, E, F, B, C, E, F, B, C. To get the rest of them, we've got to go to the 7th fret on the bottom string again, the low E string. And we're going to start on the 7th fret, and that note is a B. And we're going to go to the 8th fret, that's C. And then we use those same 2 fret positions again on the next string, E, F. And then we've got the next 2 frets on the next string, B, C. So let's review that. E. So we're starting on the 7th fret now. E, F, B, C, E, F, B, C, E, F, B, C. Right? So this part of the pattern starts on the 7th fret, works your way all the way up to the 13th fret, and then we have another little extra added bonus. We can get E, F, B, C down here, and then E, F, and it just keeps going. So those connected half-step patterns give you a complete grasp of the note structure of the entire fretboard. E, F, B, C, E, F, B, C, E, F, B, C. B, C, E, F, B, C, E, F, B, C, E, F. Now, remember, E, F, B, C, 4 of the 7 notes of the key of C. There are only 7 notes. We now know where more than half of them are in the fretboard. So by process of elimination, you'll be able to find the other 3 notes pretty easily. And we'll focus on that in another lesson. Thanks.